I'm tired and I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm kind of burnt on humanity at this point. I think all of humanity is just a big fucking idiot. That's the easy place to go to. It's easy to just say all of humanity is bad, but it's not the easy place to go to. But it's the ultimate racism. The entire race I'm impugning. I don't care what color your skin is, what your hair looks like. We're all idiots. Prove me wrong. Look how we treat each other. We'll fly all the way over to the other side of the planet to fuck someone's shit up. Not only that, someone will find out we're going over to fuck their shit up, and they're like, hey, can we join you? We think they're assholes too. I know women that go to church wearing yoga pants. Church, you don't dress like that. And I'm not talking about just the old yoga pants. I'm talking about the new yoga pants that sucks to every beautiful curve, nook, and cranny and de-accentuates the bad ones. They wear those things to church. You shouldn't be doing that. That guy behind you that's in church, he doesn't need to be staring at your ass going, good God, she got G-string on or not? It's not fair to him. He probably enjoys it, but that's not what he's there for. We can't help it. I think we've all got a gene that basically makes us all into junkies. And these geneticists, they can't see it because they think it's just a filler gene. It's like the grow bones gene or something, but it's not. It's the junkie gene. And at this point, we all have it. I once told some friends in a conversation we were having that human beings were never going to attain light speed. And why is that important? Well, because we're fucking the planet up. I'll get to that. The very best of us, the people we look up to the most, our spiritual leaders, they fuck kids. And they don't even have the decency to go to that kid's house to fuck them. They say, hey, get your ass down to church. And we don't really deal with that. Oh, we're going to throw the book at him. Come on. They're raping kids. All of my friends have managed to make it into adulthood and well, almost senior citizens and into the elderly. I'm 50, or close to 50. And I haven't raped any children yet, and I don't have any desire to. They haven't. With spiritual leaders, fucked up. You think scientists and engineers are any better? The people that might develop this Lightspeed travel rocket? No. There is a reason all rockets look like dicks. Planes are just a dick with wings. It's that junkie gene we've got, and we all have it. We can't help it. It's genetic. We're not going to last to the point where we develop that technology. If it weren't for that gene, we would have colonized Jupiter now. Although given my druthers, I would rather colonize Uranus. The lifetime of comedy that would supply, it would be never ending. I could live on a town. I'd start my own town, and I'd be able to name it Fucking. I would name my town Fucking. It'd be great because I'd be able to go on vacation, fly around the solar system with my family, stop on Mars to look at Olympus Mons, and I'd run into another family on vacation, and they'd be like, oh, where are you from? Fucking Uranus. Tell me that would not be worth it. It's little things in life, truly. There are we've taken 10 billion barrels of oil out of the planet. And there's a shit ton of oil left, but at what cost to extract all that oil? Whenever humans extract from the planet, it leaves a mess behind. And there's almost 8 billion human beings on this planet. That's 8 billion junkies. All of us have this gene that causes us to act like junkies. And we steal from each other. We steal from the earth. And one of you dipshit junkies is going to say, you can't steal from the earth. It's ours. You can steal from the earth. Let me give you an example. I live in beautiful Northern California. Hasn't rained in almost 2 months. It's glorious. It's fucking March. Well, it rained a little bit, but essentially. Anyway, we have something in Northern California that we call auriferous soils. That's a fancy way of saying gold dirt. I fucking live on gold dirt. You don't, I do. You don't have auriferous soils in your part of the world or country. 1848, Marshall discovers gold. Fucking asshole, should have kept that shit to himself. Junkie. Dumb shit. What's the first thing you do? Woo, I got gold. Shit. So, 1849, all the junkie miners show up. And they fucked this state big time. Junkie miners devised some of the most insidious ways you can imagine to extract gold from this soil, this dirt right here. For example, they developed something called a monitor for hydraulic mining. A monitor is a big, giant metal dick, and it hooks up to a pipe. Pipe comes down from elevation way up in the mountains, so there's massive pressure, and it spews water upwards of 300 feet out. And this thing is so powerful that it will move boulders 300 feet away that are the size of cars. Anyway, they wash mountains away with these things back in the 1870s, 1860s. And what happens with that soil? Well, this gold-laden soil and mud now is coming through, and they would guide it into these sluice boxes where they'd have, at the end, they'd have a copper plate to catch the last of the gold. This copper plate would be painted with mercury. Mercury's toxic, really, really toxic. So this water's rushing through there, and it's taking mercury with it, and it's going down into creeks and rivers. Well, at the end of the shift, some guy would grab this copper plate, he'd pull it out and scrape that gold-laden mercury off into vats, and they'd cook that mercury off. And early on, they really didn't reclaim that mercury. That shit would come out and precipitate and settle out into the environment. Fucking junkies. Doesn't that sound like something a junkie would do? Well, they didn't get all the gold. They were actually very inefficient at it. There's a lot of gold in that mud. That mud flowed downhill in a torrent, and it covered whole towns. So that those towns had to build on top of the mud. There are towns that got covered in 25 feet of mud. That's a lot of mud. And you think these miners care? These miners are up there like, oh shit, look at that. Let's go back to fucking this mountain with our giant metal dick. There's a mountain north of me called Iron Mountain. It was a miner's wet dream. Miners found this place and they came all over themselves. Iron Mountain has iron, gold, silver, copper, and I think they had zinc. I don't know what the fuck they used zinc for back then, but it was important. They probably put it on their nose, protect themselves from the sun. Anyway, they mined the shit out of this mountain. They went in there and they fucked this mountain so hard, they broke it. The mountain fractured. Who but a junkie is going to break a mountain? I know some Marines that could probably accomplish it. Ooh-ah. So, that wouldn't have been that big deal. You break a mountain, it kills a couple of junkies, no big deal. Except there's an underwater river flowing through this mountain, and that fracture allowed the water to get into the air they were mining. The water brings in oxygen, it oxidizes a bunch of chemicals in the mountain. The river flows out with all this new shit in it, and the river is now toxic. But this is the beautiful thing. It's not just toxic. There, you can see my face. I don't need these, it's not bright out. This river is not just toxic, it's got a pH level of, now brace yourselves, at first you're going to go, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This is bullshit. Bear with me. Negative 3.6. I bet you didn't know the pH scale went that low. It does. It takes a junkie to accomplish it. Like, holy shit, negative 3.6. What the hell is the most toxic or acidic thing I can think of? So I'm thinking alien blood from the movie Aliens. That shit, the alien gets shot and the blood falls down and it melts through metal. And it does it instantly. So I get on my phone and I Google this. And sure enough, there's an article that somebody's written. Probably some junkie chem student with way too much time on his hands, or he's bored in class, or who knows. So this guy compares alien blood to known acids, trying to figure out what its pH level would be. And he ended up coming up with a pH level of negative 0.3. Alien blood melts through metal instantly. This river is negative 3.6, over 10 times higher than alien blood. It gets better. We're not done with this story. That river flows down into other smaller rivers, which eventually flow into the Sacramento River, where it becomes a water supply for a lot of people in the Sacramento area. Because that's what we do to each other. Fuck them. So, these hydraulic mining areas and Iron Mountain are now what we call Superfund Sites. A Superfund site basically means that we bought that shit on credit. All that gold was extracted. They fucked the environment up. Oh shit, it's going to cost billions to fix. Well, let's give it a special name. Superfund Site. That sounds like we care. Oh, it's a Superfund Site. That shit ain't never going to be paid for. How many Superfund sites do you think there are in California? Wrong. There are 94 Superfund sites with 3 more on the docket. Those are going to get approved, so it'll be 97. We're shooting for 100. That's a nice round number. I would love to see it at 100. It's going to happen. All of these Superfund sites are going to cost tens of millions to billions to fix. Of course, I'm not sure exactly what fix means. I doubt it means take it back to its previous condition. So, billions and billions of dollars. Where's this money going to come from? You don't have it. I don't have it. We're all fucking junkies. We get paid and we go buy jet skis. There are 1 million personal watercraft, jet skis, in the United States. 1 million registered watercraft. 800,000 of those are bought on credit. Guy walked in and said, "You mean you'll give me the money to buy this and I don't have to pay you till later?" Fuck yeah, let's do this. They're not paying for that jet ski. They're out vaping and jet skiing, and they've got the Junkie Gene just like all of us. The United States is $23 trillion in debt. You think we're going to pay for billions and billions of dollars of Superfund sites? No, that environment is fucked. So you can steal. We took all that shit, didn't pay for it. We stole from the earth. We stole from ourselves. We stole from, if you care about life on earth, you stole from all the mushrooms, the plants, the animals, the bugs, everything. Oil and gold. 2 primary motivators for human beings. Those of you that own electric cars, and you think, I'm going to save the environment with my electric car. Fuck you. You rich, dumb fucks. Maybe you bought it on credit, so you're stealing the Teslas. Teslas are simply proof that you don't have to be smart to be rich. They are not mutually, what am I trying to say? They're mutually exclusive. I know some smart rich people, but they still have the junkie gene. I know some smart poor people. They still have the junkie gene. Teslas run on coal. Teslas run on coal. Coal is tacitly less efficient than oil. I know a lot of you don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. You can look it up. It has a larger greenhouse gas footprint than its comparative counterpart in oil. So all you Tesla drivers are fucking up my planet. I care about the planet. I'm driving a 2000 diesel, and it's a big fucking diesel, but it's got a smaller carbon footprint than your electric car. Lithium batteries. Have you ever seen a lithium mine? It's not pretty. But God bless Elon Musk and his giant dick rocket. I think he was sitting around one day and he's like, holy shit, get me out of here. Let's go to Mars. And God bless him, I hope he makes it. This Junkie Gene, I don't think it was always around. I think humanity at one point wasn't like it is today. You had cultures thousands of years ago that were doing well, but unfortunately they got infiltrated by the Junkie Gene. Pacific Islanders, Hawaiians, Tahitians, Samoans, Tongans. There's more, but I'm not going to Fiji. I'm not going to get into all of it. Pacific Islanders. They live where all of us want to go on vacation. Fuck, we dream about living there. They wake up in the morning and they eat some fucking bacon. They eat some papayas. They drink some coconut. They fuck their brains out. They go hang out on the beach. They get a suntan. They swim around. They go to sleep. They wake up the next morning. Repeat. Their life was a vacation. I imagine there's a little bit of hardship, but you know that Hawaii, before white man got there were no mosquitoes on Hawaii. There were no mosquitoes, no rats. Fuck me. Bacon, coconut, fucking, swimming. No mosquitoes. Oh, God. Anyway, I think some guy ended up getting the Junkie Gene somehow in that culture, maybe on each island. And one day they're sitting around, he's like, hey brothers, see that island over there? Let's go fuck that shit up. And they did. They came out the victors, raped and pillaged, and that Junkie Gene proliferated, just like it did all over the planet. But I was saying there were good cultures for a while, and there were people without the Junkie Gene. Leonardo Da Vinci, I don't think he had the Junkie Gene. That fucker was brilliant. None of his flying machines look like dicks, which is ironic because he was gay. Leonardo Da Vinci, at one point, so discussing people that were actually actively trying to help humanity without the Junkie Gene. Because there are people that are trying to help humanity nowadays, but they got the Junkie Gene, and it's just ugly and clumsy and bureaucratic and political. Anyway, Leonardo Da Vinci. One of the things he did, because he did a lot of cool shit, was he mapped the human jaw and our teeth. But not just that, he did it in all its stages, from infancy up until you were a fucking octogenarian. Probably didn't have to draw as many teeth at that point. But he did this in all the different stages. He showed how human teeth generally developed. Now you're saying, so? Okay. Leonardo died childless, didn't pass on any of his genes, which is a shame, but for obvious reasons, he didn't pass on any. Anyway. He dies. And some dipshit with the Junkie Gene comes in and cleans up all Leonardo's stuff. And he's like, God damn, she looks pissed. Wait, is she? Is that a fox or an ermine? God damn it, I don't know. Oh, god damn, that's a baby skull. Fucking teeth. Oh, he was so fucking weird. He stuck that in a folder, and it got lost for like 400 years. That is significant because no other human being mapped out the development of human teeth from infancy into elderly for another 300 years. Nobody had the curiosity or the intellect to think, For what it's worth, Leonardo da Vinci also drew pictures of hummingbird tongues. I know it sounds weird, but Jesus Christ, that motherfucker was curious about everything. Anyway, nobody else draws human teeth for 300 years. That guy that did it 300 years after Leonardo Da Vinci, he was fucking patting himself on the back. Oh, I'm so brilliant. That was the beginning of modern dentistry. Do I need to explain the significance of that 300 years later? What if this dipshit, it was probably Salai that came in and cleaned up Leonardo's shit. What if somebody had come in that didn't have the junkie gene and was going through Leonardo's stuff and they're like, we got something amazing here. We need to deal with this in such a way that we don't lose any of it. Somebody comes across that and they're like, hey, who wants to be like a doctor or something? And they give them those drawings of the teeth. And modern dentistry had started back in the fucking 1500s. George Washington probably wouldn't have had to have dentures. He would have been gargling with nanobots at that point. But no. He'd have fucking teeth, incandescent white, like a goddamn Kardashian. And that painting of him crossing the Potomac, completely different. Fuck, I hope it was a Potomac. If I'm wrong, cut me some slack. Anyway, he chucked $1 across it, right? I wonder if they ever found that. So, here we are, 2020. You go to the fucking dentist and they hit your teeth with goddamn chisels and drills and that scrapey thing, and you walk out there spitting blood. All because some dipshit junkie back in the day was just, and they lost the drawings. And so here we are. We're all dipshits. You can look around every day, and see dipshittery because of that junkie gene. Our children ate detergent. Mine didn't. Mine probably have the junkie gene I do. I mean, you should see some of the stupid shit I do. I'm doing my best to curb their behavior. We'll see how that goes. President Trump. If that's not an indication of the fucking junkie gene being rampant in this country, I don't know what is. And yeah, my friends, you voted for him, fine, I don't care. More power to you. You can go suck his dick or something. The alternative was a sociopathic serial killer. So, junkie gene. Stupid decisions. I'm not saying her name. I'm not that stupid. We're fucking junkies. Oh, so getting back to Lightspeed travel. Why is that important? Because we're gonna fuck this planet over. We're all junkies. Have you ever seen a meth house? When they're cooking it, it's dilapidated. You drive by that thing, you're like, holy shit, who the fuck would want to live there? But by the time they're done, it's burnt up, and there's black shit going above the windows and doors, and there's plywood on all the windows and doors. We're doing that to the earth. So, we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to colonize planets. Not in the solar system, 'cause, well, we should do that too, but we need to find planets way out there to fuck up and turn into meth houses. That's going to take Lightspeed travel. So what do you need for Lightspeed travel? You need scientists. You need engineers. You need pilot. Crew. But they're all going to have the junkie gene. They got egos. Everybody's going to want credit for what they've done, and there's going to be the politics and the bureaucracy. It's never going to fucking happen. Have you been to the DMV? So, okay, let's say through some fucking miracle, God's like, oh, Jesus Christ, you guys are fucking irritating the hell out of me here. And we develop this Lightspeed dick. It's up in space. We got the space station up there, and it's test flight. You got this pilot in there, but guess what? That pilot's got the junkie gene. That pilot is stoked. He's fucking in there. He's just like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Woohoo! Hits the throttle. Boom. Whew. Light speed. He's going to pilot that thing right into fucking Uranus. And that'll be the end of Lightspeed travel. Some aliens will be driving by. 20,000 years later, humans are gone. And they'll be like, oh, this used to be a nice neighborhood, but that planet was a meth planet, and you could tell because of the plywood over the United States and Australia and a few places it burnt up. So we got to deal with our meth head attitudes, and God bless us. I hope we can get there. Peace.